In the first
Hello everyone, tonight we're playing some more Age of Wonders. It was quite possibly the final scenario of the Cult of Storms campaign. So tonight may be the finale of this entire ongoing series. And I come up with a potential new tactic. Basically, what I'm thinking is to round up all our troops, including Gabriel. We have them form a squad over here. And then we send in Krezin about a day ahead. But first, we gotta send Krez back to pick up the rest of his gear. But basically, my idea is that we sort of march forwards from our base, and Krez just acts as sort of an advanced scout. Let's see, there's a decent number of AI players, so grab all my gear, and then we can head out. To my knowledge, this is the first scenario in the campaign that actually allows for allied victory, so the humans are actually going to be quite an asset to us. As long as they're around, we have a powerful ally. Just about. Unless we can somehow enrage them enough to turn them against us. Got Elwyn over here. Undead hero, level 25. Right, so first things first, let's see what's in this portal. Let's see what's on the other side of this portal. It's the Dark Elves, including an Incarnate. I think I kind of want to sort that whole business out, and at least get that Incarnate out of the way before I send my troops that can be potentially possessed by it. Head over here. Gotta wait for, I think it's the Independents that are left to move. There's a lot, seems to be a lot of high tier units. is, which just adds to my theory that this is probably the final scenario. Since incarnates are immune to basically all damage except for magic, egg and holy, I'm just gonna head in here and just try and bring that thing, try and bring that sucker down before I bring characters that can actually be possessed, because to my knowledge, your hero specifically cannot be, like, controlled by the AI players in any way. But, like, one of the big things with the Incarnate is you can basically steal other people's units by possessing them. I remember being very fond of the Incarnate in the second game. Alright, that's all of those dealt with. I imagine these guys probably have this one small undead city they handled. They probably don't need, for instance, a level 25 hero to back them up. It's all just skeletons, so then again, you know, my idea of what a reasonable battle looks like might be slightly warped from all my time of just playing as Cruz and nobody else, and therefore having every fight be just a rather powerful leader versus just a ridiculous army a lot of the time. Oh, one of them's dead. So we have one loss confirmed. I feel like that was probably overkill. You know, turn undead 2 on an enemy that was already pretty heavily injured. And there goes Saint. Hey, the battle's pretty much wrapped up. And there goes the other guy. There goes the other cavalry guy we had. gonna migrate this to Hyman. There are a lot of humans over there. Good thing they're on my side, like this time. It looks like the undead are pretty strong too, especially since they've got, you know, level 25 hero over here. So I think right now, wait, probably have this is migrating. Like, you know what? Let's just go with whatever's gonna be the fastest migration. Which means lizards and halflings. Things as opposed to Hymen. Well, some divine storm. Oh, and they apparently had a halfling from somewhere. The halfling decided to revolt against the undead's leadership. Unsurprisingly. You know what? Gabriel and his party can come over here to the other side of the teleporter and go explore this ruin while we wait. Yeah, Gabriel, well, as much as he's level 25, also doesn't have any items, so he could probably use some gear. I mean, if he heads over to, if I send him over to see where Kruz is at, I could set him up with some stuff. I imagine this late into the campaign, whatever's in here is probably going to be stronger than anything Kruz can just loan out to somebody else. So what'll probably happen is Gabriel will find something more powerful and he'll get Kruz's sort of hand-me-downs. But hey, even without any special gear, it's been pretty effective so far. He's more or less cleared out this entire ruin by himself. Yep. Helm of Glory. Can have that until just hold on to that and see. Yeah, it's better than Chris' current enchanted helm, so he can swap those. Oh, looks like the elves are over here. It looks like everybody got at least one level 25 hero. Probably, you know, make things fair. At least to an extent, because I mean... we could easily make things a little lopsided to just be like, oh, you've got a... oh, and here's Eniac himself. Yeah, this is definitely giving me final scenario vibes. That's for sure. If, you know, Gabriel and Eniac are on the map. Oh man. Already Eniac is under direct attack via a airship, I think it's the term. If the airship is just about taking out... it's just the airship versus Eniac now. Holy shit. Because the airship is ranged and flying, Eniac couldn't... on day 5, the Empire of the Undead led by Eniac was defeated. Holy shit. Well, that sorts out the whole Eniac situation, I guess. Now it's just a matter of finding his supporters. Who knew? Who knew what's it's an air galley, not an airship? But who knew? What's basically a glorified blimp with a javelin could be arguably a better assassin than Kruz? Because like, it only took one try. Mostly because it's flying and has a range weapon. Like, if I could get Kruz to fly, he would be equally overpowered. And that, you know, he could kill just about anything that doesn't have a ranged attack. It would just take him a few turns. So then the changed. Human hero. So it looks like the humans didn't get a level 25 hero like Gadarn, for instance. Which is apparently the hero that the Dark Elves got. I guess because it's basically the Hymen, the Undead, the Cult, the Keepers, and... oh, so it's... yeah. It's not just it's not just individual races, it's humans, Hymen, Undead, and then the Keepers and the Cult, represented by the 2 varieties of elves. Getting over... humans are doing some good work with those air galleys, that's for sure. Alright. Going to place my flaming axe on the ground. Gabriel puts down the helmet, picks up the flaming axe. And Cruz gets his new hat, and Gabriel gets Cruz's old hat. Alright. I think I might just have two groups. You know, Cruz and Gabriel in their group, and these 8 guys can be their own party. Maybe a little ways behind. I think I might. Yeah, I think I will actually have. I think I'll just have Cruz, then Gabriel and his party, then the 8 other high men. But first, the elves have to finish their move. Okay. Well, fuck you too, I guess. I was kind of hoping that we could just get rid of the cult and then be done. But I guess not. Hey, as long as the humans are my allies, and they should be fine. And at this point, right. Send goes off a day ahead. There's a caverns map, so it's entirely possible that the Dark Elves are situated down there. It's very likely, since I'm pretty sure Cult of Storms did spend quite a lot of time underground before the whole events of the campaign started. Be interesting that I kind of figured, since I'm buddies with the Hymen now, that you know, the elves at least would also want to be friends, but I guess not. But it's not just the Hymen, but the humans as well. And the Keepers are supposed to be protecting humanity, so... But I knew that was their whole thing, was protecting the humans. Because they're at peace with the humans, so... Technically, it was like I guess because I'm a former member of the cult or something. You know, they don't trust me. Yeah, I'm just waiting for this last AI to finish moving. The last AI is the humans. Oh wow. Oh hey, Mr. Dickens. I went close to be there to at least see Mr. Dickens get just utterly pincushioned by by an air galley, if nothing else, even if he doesn't get to be the one to do him in. And it'll at least be fun to watch. I mean, Eniac got taken out on day 5 of the entire scenario. You know, 5 turns in, Eniac goes from powerful Lord of the Undead to pincushion. I wonder, is this intentional? Like, did they intend for it to be possible to just sort of watch the AI they demolish each other? I mean, I guess it depends on whether... Which it's worth noting that Joseph is a higher difficulty AI than the other two. So, he's going to have advanced tactics. And he's probably about to turn Mr. Dickens into just a greenish pincushion. Because, I mean, he was able to destroy Eniac in 5 turns with the air galley. Mr. Dickens isn't gonna last long when his only defender is one orc archer. And although he does have archery, okay, he was able to bring down both air galleys without much issue. From the looks of it. Probably because you know, he has archery. So that gave him a distinct advantage. Just gotta wait for the AIs. I'm 2 days away from meeting up with Mr. Dickens, so things are not looking good for the human. Wait, no, that was a battle loss on the Dark Elves' part, or it's battle lost. So the Dark Elves tried and failed to fight the humans in somewhere. Oh, it's just a ship battle. That's... Oh, part of it's probably because he set the ship on fire. That's probably... That's a big part of why they lost. But hey, it's nice to have confirmation that they're not hiding underground, so... It won't be that hard to maybe stomp out Mr. Dickens, and it's just about like right here, right now. Good thing the humans are forming sort of a bulwark against the keepers who's coming towards my land. Since I kind of left that pretty much entirely undefended. Ooh, they've got siege weaponry coming this way. The humans have siege weaponry coming this way. Probably round 2 against Mr. Dickens. Like that probably won't be necessary, honestly. We can just get in and take them out. Just gotta wait for, I believe it's humans. Yeah, just gotta wait for the humans to finish their move, which they've got a lot of units. So they've got a lot of stuff to potentially move about. Right. Oh, interesting. Hey, Mr. Dickens, why are you running? Is it possible they are afraid? Especially since he's already injured, and he's only a level above me. So... I just gotta wait for all the AIs to do their thing. Which... the fact that pretty much all the leaders have been defeated, the fact that Enoch got defeated in the form of just his leader died. Enoch himself was returned being dead. The Independence turn is going to take a bit longer because a bunch of his troops are now just sort of roaming about. I mean, one good hit on Mr. Dickens and he'll probably be dead. at this point, he doesn't... Oh, he's got a storm priest that could heal him. Just waiting for the humans to finish their turn. Okay, I don't entirely know what that move was for. He's just gonna walk right back to the city. But okay. And Mr. Dickens is now almost fully healed. But I'm not super worried. Especially since I don't believe he has any earth magic at his disposal. Actually, nope. Death and fire, just like I started out with. It's time for good old round attack. Yeah, especially since his spell failed to damage me. In fact, because I was standing on his wall, he ended up destroying his own wall. Oh. I think maybe what happened was he was casting on my space, but it was hitting the wall because I was standing on the wall. That's interesting. Night-night, Mr. Dickens. On day 13, Mr. Dickens died. Alright, time to just take out the leader of the elves and we'll be done. Like, effectively, the sort of existential threat to this entire world is gone. Because, I mean, Enoch has returned to the realm of the dead. Mr. Dickens has been beaten to death via mace. So now it's just Julia. No idea where she's at, other than presumably somewhere in the unexplored areas of the map. Like, I mean, if she wants to form, if she wants to team up, she can maybe not die. Also, I realize that the humans aren't going to be forming a bulwark against jack shit, because unless they're at peace with the keepers. I'm the only one they're at war with, and in fact that war is the only reason the only reason the scenario hasn't already ended. It's because until the elves are either allies with me or Julia's dead, the game has to go on. I get the feeling that probably just have to find my way over to that area. Over there. This is probably gonna be, because it looks like there's like one portal, there's one teleporter on each end of each player's sort of starting area, other than the humans. As the humans just can cross over to all four of the other starting areas via bridges. Okay. So it looks like the humans are going to be forming a bulwark against the Keepers, as they are at war with Julia too. That's good. That makes this whole thing a lot easier. I mentioned there, and she's somewhere fairly close to this whole mess over here. There's also an elven city over there. Hey, only 3 AIs can claim the independence, so things should be going a little faster, or at least. Honestly, this is most of the length of this scenario so far. Because, I mean, Antioch died on day 5. Mr. Dickens died on day 13. You know, just gotta wait for 2 AIs to do their things. Sure hope nothing's broken. Or not. Everything's fine. It's just slow because of so much going on. Alright. Now we can continue. Things are so kind of laggy. Because of the sheer amount of stuff going on. But hey, I mean, the way things are going, we might actually have time for another game tonight. If this is indeed the final scenario, which it's looking like it. I wonder if they have any of the humans have any of those air galleys out looking for Julia. That doesn't look like it. I think they lost their air galleys fighting Mr. Dickens. Like this area seems like probably where she's heading out. Right, just waiting for the humans. Okay, I mean, since we're allies with the humans, they're also doing some scouting for us effectively. Oh, we've got at least one air galley only left. And we've got Nature's Blessing. +1 to attack, defense, and resistance. So it basically just means +1 to attack for me, since my defense and resistance are both already at the cap. So once again, just waiting on the AI as they move who knows how many individual units. It's in squads of units. Like, I imagine she's somewhere fairly close to here. Probably onto this landmass that's right over here. You know, it's gonna be a while before I can get there, especially because of how long it takes for the AI to finish its turns. The amount of the number of units in play. I think this city might have gotten captured by the cult right before Mr. Dickens died or something. Because why else would a bunch of goblins and orcs be standing guard in Elven City? Oh, Gabriel made a level. Got 5 points. Needs to spend. You know what? You can have an extra hit point, I guess. mean, it doesn't help that my turns are super fast by comparison because I'm just moving one unit currently. Because I kind of abandoned the plan of, you know, sending in additional squads. That's like a day behind Kruz. That's his backup. Because, I mean, the AI rulers are just gonna be pathetic, then. Other than, of course, the humans. Who I'm not even going to have to worry about killing anyway. Hey, if we can get this done for the next hour, then we can get this done before I end up wrapping up the stream for the night. I might stream some arena or something. Since there was a new set release today. Earlier was also having some technical difficulties, so depending on its current status, this might not be able to do that. I might need to, since we're so close to actually being the scenario, I might extend the stream a little bit. You know, at least past those 2 AM EST. So maybe up to like 3 AM, depending on how I'm feeling at that point. Because the main thing holding me back is the AI taking forever on its turns. But like, other than, like, we're very close to finishing this scenario. We've just got to find one elf and kill her, or pretty much, and that's with the combined effort of a CPU Emperor and a renowned Lizard Archer Assassin. But, you know, some of that combined effort is also slowing things down. Because, you know, the AI does not seem to be singularly focused on tracking down Julia like I am. So it's effectively wasting a bunch of my time by moving a bunch of units that are nowhere near where they need to be to actually be able to find it, where Julia is hiding out at. See if there's anything in the caverns. There is something in the caverns. It's Joseph. Good thing he's my ally, because it just makes it even harder for him to be defeated. For him to be hiding out in sort of an underground bunker. or while all this happens. Yes. If we don't finish this tonight, it'll probably be because the AI is making things take forever. Here's a nature elemental. Not a fan of that. Since I have Entangle Strike. But hey, as long as I don't have to fight them, I'm fine. So, no sign of Julia. It looks like the only way to get to the human leader is to go into get to the very center of the map and go into one specific cave, so at least he's my ally, so no, I don't have to put in all the effort to get there. Which, I mean, once I got there, it'll probably be pretty easy to pick him off, since it's just him down there from the looks of it. Then again, if he wasn't my ally, probably... If he hadn't at least started as my ally, I'd probably be... I'd probably end up spending like a whole stream even trying to find him. Just like the last human leader I had to defeat. At least I can use my lizard powers to take shortcuts across the water easily without even needing to get a boat or anything. So, really? Elwyn just captured one. I think Elwyn just captured one of my cities. I didn't even think Independence did that. I guess when there's nobody defending a city, sometimes they do. Just waiting for the humans to finish their turn. Any day now. We've got a whole bunch of units over here, but... what was even the point in any of them? At this point, because like I get the feeling that our main target at this point is over this way, maybe somewhere. Given that these 9 came from over this way. And I feel like these guys probably came from over this way. Right. I finally set foot on the dry land and this largely unexplored area. Now it's back to this. Just waiting for things to happen. Ooh, Human City just got captured. I mean, hey, still got a whole hour at least. We got a whole 2 hours at least before. Yeah, more like an hour. I usually stream to about 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so. You know, got about an hour and 4 minutes. So, ultimately, it's probably gonna come down to how quickly can somebody find Julia? Who's probably like nestled in this area somewhere. Just looking at all the elven and halfling cities over here. It's probably the keeper's starting area. Okay, it looks like the humans have some troops heading this way. I think I heard somebody using some portals. Well, some teleportation gates. Alright, the humans finally finished that turn. And it's back to waiting. Once more, the elves and the humans take an eternity. The humans just lost the city to the... Right now, the humans just captured the city. There's one lone halfling here. I think I'm in the right general area. And I just gotta find the exact right spot. Do I have any magic that can, like, Ooh. Did that do anything useful? I think maybe I have to go towards areas that are unexplored to be able to actually see much of an effect. Aside from that, I think it did expand my range some. I'm also not seeing any signs of its effect, so it might just be an instant thing. I'm sure I was able to see that. Okay, it's an instant thing that just sort of reveals those additional areas of the map. Useful, but just not exactly what I was expecting it to be. There's an orc city over here. That's waiting for the AI to finish its turn once again. Hey, at least that spell will speed things up a little. Because chances are Julia's somewhere where there's a large elven city. Since it looks like every base started out in a large city of some kind, and their respective race, so it's just a matter of finding a large elven city, most likely. Yeah, and Julia will probably be there. And now just waiting for the humans to finish their turn. Come on. Apparently they captured a city from... They took that city back from the Hells. Which I kind of considered seeing if Julia wanted to at least make peace, but then Joseph declared war on her, so... Great. Well, here's a large halfling city. There's a large goblin in Orc and Dark Elf City, all connected by a road over there. So I believe we may be on the right track if we head towards this halfling city. We probably follow this bend in the road that way. So maybe we can get this done in the next 55 minutes. If this is in fact the final scenario, I'll be streaming something else next Thursday. Most likely some form of Crusader Kings. Either Crusader Kings 3 or Crusader Kings 2. Because my plan is to stop alternating the Crusader Kings things once a spot for a long form series is sort of freed up by the finale of this campaign. I'm thinking Crusader Kings 3 because my current playthrough, since that way I'm planning on having my Crusader Kings 2 playthrough be part of a mega campaign, so once this is done, we'll probably move CK3 to Thursdays, so that way the most likely longer form of that thing of the mega campaign can stick to the same day for its entire run, rather than moving into Thursdays. Alright, there's a big elfin city and a big dwarven city. I think we've got our elf finally. Now just to wait a few more turns before I can actually head into the city and try and assassinate Julia. Millie, it would be fitting we can just begin and end this campaign with assassinating elven royalty. It's just gonna be one more turn before we're able to head to that city. That's probably where she's at. If she's anything like Mr. Dickens. She's probably hunkering down there with her an anti-magic shell up. Though I mean, the only one listed as having an anti-magic shell going is Joseph. Speaking of Joseph, he's the entire reason we haven't already in that city, or at the very least in the vicinity of that city, because she could be in the dwarf city as well, all just as easily. But it looks like maybe they started everybody out with like 3 big cities all connected, with the undead being pretty much just undead, the Hyman being 2 Hyman, and maybe one of the player heroes race. Then, you know, the humans just got all human cities. Then how my, you know, I think, yeah, my resistance is at cap. So I'm just gonna beef up my hit points. I get the feeling it's probably not gonna matter for much longer, especially since Julia's right here. See what Julia's spheres are. Okay, she does not have any way of entangling me. Well, I did just suffer a nasty bite from that gold dragon of hers. She's also bouncing me around. But none of those Winds of Furies could have gotten me situated inside the wall. Alright, the gold dragon is down, so now it's just a couple dwarf archers plus Julia. Alright, it's just me and her now. And I've still got all of my magic juice, so I can Winds of Fury her right back. Just gonna bounce her around a few times, give her a taste of her own medicine. As well as just sort of generally disorienting her. Or I'm running low on magic, but still got at least another one of the Winds of Fury in me. Doesn't seem to be taking that much damage from it though. Alright. Now it's time to just start archering, hitting her. Alright, just one good hit. And there we go. On day 26, the Empire of the Elves, led by Julia, was defeated. Crows of the Hymen, you were victorious. Long goodbyes. I have been robbed. I gave the Hymen's children dominion over this world. I gave them all what they wanted. Gabriel joined the High Council. The elves went away to Evermore. Or the other races disappeared from the world, and I know not how. Were they executed in Garsh Daylight? I see humans as vermin devouring this once remarkable land, leaving only shadows of its former wonder. All is my creation, and what's my reward? What do the Hymen give me in return? A rock, a simple stone. They own it. They said it has power if my heart is pure. I am pure, but by whose standard? Pure or nonsense? I will rule. Will not spend eternity chasing impossibilities. It was a trick. I demand, and the High Council give me what I wanted, and I threw the rock back. I at them. I demanded an immortality of power. They struck me down by some power beyond the talent of any healers. They placed a mark upon me and proclaimed, I will live forever in scorn. They said I was dangerous, that I would plunge their utopia into war. All who see the mark shun me. Who are they to cast judgment upon me? they summoned war by whim. They pretend to be guiltless, condemning all who threaten their pets, as allowing humans to consume everything. Still, the fools left me alive, and even though no, I cannot speak, I can write. I shall write. I shall rule this world from shadows with those with gold. I will raise armies with silver. I shall ordain priests. I will flood their world with war of false gods and make their virtues this world's heresies. It will take time, but if I am to remain for eternity cursed, the least I can do is have a little fun. And that's the end of the campaign. Kruz has become immortal, has apparently become this immortal cursed being. Thing that just sort of dwells in the fringes, just sort of like dwells in the fringes of civilization like some kind of cryptid, so. Right. Well, thank you all for watching, and if you're, and I'll be right back with some MTG Arena, and next, I might come back to this at some point, but like, I completed the Cult of Storms campaign now, so I think the next time I stream Age of Wonders will probably actually be Age of Wonders 2, maybe play through the campaign of that at some point. But if you're not sticking around next, or are watching this on YouTube, next stream is Name in General is going to be me this Saturday with, or which will be today if you're watching this on YouTube, with Crusader Kings 2, and again, that's it for the Cult of Storms campaign, so I'll be right back.
you